Welcome to this very delayed, and I want to point out I'm sorry about this delay of this action video game talk episode. Originally, this was supposed to come out and be done yesterday or Friday, but instead it's going to be hopefully uploaded and ready to view today, which is a Sunday. Even though most of these articles that are covered in the episode are going to be from the previous week. Let's just get to the articles themselves. And if you've walked into a store looking to buy a PlayStation 4 console, then there's a chance that you've been disappointed. Prepare for the possibility that your disappointment will stick with you until this summer. Sony's new console has been selling strong since launch, so strong that many retail chains are continually sold out of the hardware. While speaking with Wall Street Journal, Sony Computer Entertainment President and CEO Andrew House admitted, "We're struggling to keep up with demand. Conservatively, as we get into the early summer months, we'll be getting closer to a full supply situation." Now, I know for a fact that PlayStation 4s, where I work at, are very limited in supply. Hearing that fact that they're going to try to keep up with demand is great news for people who want to get their hands on the PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, they still had to do that for the PlayStation 4 camera also, which was also covered in the last episode, which I could leave a link for, but it should be easy for you guys to find the previous video. Don't shed a tear for the end of March's PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection offerings. Instead, take up arms and skulk through the wilds as you hunt your prey. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for PSP and Vita rounds out March's offerings, as you and up to 3 of your friends can go online and loot, craft, and take on increasingly larger and more dangerous monsters. Be sure to also grab Thomas Was Alone and Vita's launch title, Unit 13, if you didn't last week. And if you've been procrastinating, it was your very last chance to pick up Mod Nation Racer's Road Trip for Vita. This week also marks the sunset for Tomb Raider on the PS3 and Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition on PS4 as part of the Instant Game Collection. Now, not only is this awesome news for Monster Hunter fans along with people who have the PlayStation Vita, but it's also great for those who still have PSPs, because it's a free game for PSP owners, which might still be some out there. From last week until Tuesday afternoon-ish, it's probably like the last time that you can get the Tomb Raider for PlayStation 3 and Dead Nation for PlayStation 4. These two are great games to get. The Dead Nation is, of course, your usual shooting zombies. And the Tomb Raider game was a reboot of the Tomb Raider franchise. Sony has announced a lineup of titles for April's Instant Game Collection. This coming month we'll see 3 for PlayStation 3, 2 for Vita, and 1 for PlayStation 4. Mercenary Kings will be headed to PlayStation 4 on April 1st. Also planned are Batman Arkham City, Stealth Inc., A Clone in the Dark, and Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse for PlayStation 3. Vita owners can look forward to Velocity City Ultra and Pixel Junk Monsters Ultimate HD. Now, as great as March was for PlayStation Plus members, April is looking to be another great one too, because we get Batman Arkham City, which I think is just the standard one, the standard Arkham City, not the Game of the Year edition. But we also get the updated version of Castle of Illusion, which starred Mickey Mouse. Now, this game was more or less targeted for those who remember playing the old school version of it, just like they made an updated version of DuckTales. They also made this for people who remember the old game. This will be, it looks like another good month for PlayStation Plus members. If a video on Turkish website Multiplayer is any indication, The Last of Us is coming to PlayStation 4 this summer, and it will come packing single-player DLC Left Behind. According to NeoGAF user Qra by user Chadskin, PlayStation's Eurasian Software Marketing Manager says that while a sequel to The Last of Us may not be forthcoming anytime soon, the first game will be released this summer for PlayStation 4 as a physical and digital copy with enhanced graphics. A Turkish speaker has provided a more thorough translation of what was told on Multiplayer. Though there is no information about a new The Last of Us game, but I can share this knowledge. As of this summer, The Last of Us will be on the PlayStation 4, both on PSN and physically. The PlayStation 4 version will also include the DLC, so you will be able to play Left Behind as well. If true, and it appears that it is, this would be a huge win for PlayStation 4 gamers hungry for some first-party content. Other than Infamous Second Son, Drive Club, which has been delayed indefinitely, MLB 14 The Show, and The Order 1886, no AAA first-party games have been announced for PlayStation 4's 2014 calendar. Now, I like the idea of The Last of Us coming to PlayStation 4, and especially with so few actual Sony titles coming out for the PlayStation 4, this is going to be great. And that is when we officially hear from Sony that it's coming for PlayStation 4. This is just adding on top of The Last of Us stuff that's actually happening and coming out, because they're also talking about the movie of The Last of Us coming out, which the latest rumors suggested that Sam Raimi is going to be part of it. Batman: Arkham Knight will be the first game to feature the Batmobile, and the technical considerations of that feature ruled out the possibility of putting in on the last generation of consoles, including Wii U. Once we decided we were going to commit to the Batmobile, all these other technical decisions were made for us. Rocksteady's Dan Jin told Now Gamer, "We knew that we had to do it right. The imagination of the experience of driving the Batmobile that people will have is that it's fast, that it's destructive. It's kind of a tank in Gotham City, but it's also highly technical. All those things can only be done on next gen." He went on to say that the Batmobile could work on the older consoles, but not in the way that people imagine it. It's the power fantasy of driving this legendary vehicle. If it can only do a top speed of 25 miles per hour, that's not the power fantasy, and that's why we couldn't have done that previously. When asked specifically about the Wii U, Jin indicated that it would have the same gameplay compromises as the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 versions, and so it was ruled out as well. We have to make our technology choices specifically with the references to the gameplay objectives that we want. So we choose the platform that are going to give us that, he said. What the hell is wrong with these video game companies? The Wii U is supposed to be a next generation console compared to the Wii. Why doesn't companies like Rocksteady hop on board the Wii U bandwagon and actually realize the potential it can do for games? Apparently, it seems only Nintendo knows that, because it's their system. But sometimes it upsets not only me, but other gamers who want some of these good games to be on the Wii U, but will never get it because some companies are just being assholes about it. This pretty in pink handheld is being branded with Disney's upcoming 2DS, 3DS life simulation game, Magical World. In addition to being pink, the unit will come with a Disney Magical World carrying case, pictured here. The pink 2DS will retail for $129.99 and will be sold exclusively at GameStop. It will be available in limited quantities and is available for pre-order. This special edition does not contain a copy of Disney's Magical World. Both the game and this pink 2DS will be released on April 11th. Now, originally for the 2DS there was only two colors, red and blue. With this, they're adding a pink color, which will be nice for those parents and grandparents who want to get a 2DS for their little girl or granddaughter. It is a bit disappointing that they won't include a digital copy of Disney Magical World with it, even though it's supposed to be, I guess, branded a Disney Nintendo 2DS for the game. Mojang's Marcus Notch Pearson has canceled an Oculus-compatible version of Minecraft following Facebook's acquisition of the virtual reality company. "We were in talks about maybe bringing a version of Minecraft to Oculus," Pearson said. "I just canceled that deal. Facebook creeps me out.
Perhaps we'll see a VR version of Minecraft for Sony's PlayStation 4 Project Morpheus VR device, or any upcoming Microsoft VR initiative. An existing mod allows players to use Oculus Rift with Minecraft, however.
Now, this is another one of those epic fails or epic facepalms with the fact that the Oculus virtual reality device got... Now, the Oculus is supposed to be a virtual reality device for gaming. So now Facebook owns it, so it's going to be a virtual reality device for social media, which you can apparently poke and post stuff on people's walls with an Oculus. What the hell are they thinking? If it was me and Facebook approached me with what I heard was a $2 billion check to buy the device for them, I would have told them to shove it up their ass. Because this is supposed to be a gaming virtual headset, not a social media headset. But the fact that there could be a virtual reality headset type thing coming to Minecraft, because apparently from what I read on another article, if I get the company name right, it's a Razor that does accessories for the PC. They say that they would be willing to offer their help to get a virtual reality machine headset for Minecraft. So that might be some good news for people who have Minecraft and want to test this. But apparently there is an existing mod out there for the Oculus Rift to play with Minecraft. So I just don't know. I mean, the whole fact that Facebook bought the Oculus was just bullshit.
Since Diablo 3 was announced for PlayStation 4, one question has been on the lips of many a console gamer. Gamers have asked, what about the Xbox One, many times. The answer seems to be a bit more complicated than originally realized. Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition, which combines the first game and the new Reaper of Souls expansion, is in development for Xbox One in addition to the PlayStation 4. Don't take that as a guarantee that it will be released on Microsoft's new hardware, though. Speaking with Video Gamer, Diablo 3's producer Alex Mayberry says that it makes more sense to develop for both platforms at the same time. The point is, we are developing for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 simultaneously, he said. However, Mayberry was unable to comment on the current contract status with Microsoft.
What they say here is true. This has been a question that has been on gamers' minds since they did announce that there's going to be a Diablo 3 for the PlayStation 4. They never answered if there was going to be one for the Xbox One. And hopefully there will be. I mean, with this, it sounds like there will be a next-gen version of Diablo 3 with the recently released add-on, the Reaper of Souls. The question now is, when is it coming out? I mean, is it going to be maybe in a few months, or maybe more closer to like November, December, or maybe even next year? Hopefully we will hear some answers soon.
Steve Valentine, the voice behind Dragon Age's Alistair, is set to make a return for Dragon Age Inquisition. Some things come as a surprise even to me, Valentine tweeted, along with a photograph of himself in a recording booth. He did not confirm whether he would be reprising his role as the Grey Warden companion, or perhaps voicing a new character. BioWare provided a few clues through their tweet announcing Valentine's return as hashtag or pound Alistair. Alistair appeared in Dragon Age Origins as a companion / romance interest for the player character. He also returned for a smaller cameo appearance in Dragon Age 2. Though we'd love to see the Grey Warden return in Inquisition, we have no way yet of knowing how big a role he'll be given, if at all.
Now, to me, it would be nice if they get this original Dragon Age Origins character to come back for the Inquisition game. I know that in some of the, I think, teaser trailers that they showed, they did have what looked like Morrigan coming back. It'll be nice to see how many characters from the Dragon Age Origins, let alone if there'll be some characters coming back from Dragon Age 2. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this game when it comes out, so hopefully EA won't disappoint us with this game.
EA has reiterated to fans that they would not expect the publisher's upcoming Star Wars games to be based directly on the Star Wars films themselves. Rather, EA is likening its approach to what Warner Bros. Did with the Batman Arkham series of games. What Warner Bros. Did with Batman was take the core roots of that IP and manifest that inside the walls of Gotham City, and deliver an interactive experience that has real ties to what you would see in the films, and what you have read in the comics, while having its own life because it could provide such deep and more immersive storylines, EA CEO Andrew Wilson told Fortune Tech. When we look at the Star Wars properties, that's how we're looking at it. We're not trying to build a game that replicates the storyline in any particular film. EA acquired the Star Wars license exclusively in May last year. In November, it was revealed the agreement is set to last for at least 10 years. Battlefield developer DICE is currently working on Star Wars Battlefront. It also seems EA Canada is working on an open-world Star Wars action game, possibly a conjunction with Dead Space developer Visceral Games. Now, I don't know how exactly I feel about this. EA wants to model Star Wars games kind of like the Batman Arkham series, which I don't really like that idea, but it could be interesting. I know that the next Lord of the Rings game is going to borrow some stuff from the Assassin's Creed games, which, I don't know, I mean, some of the previous Star Wars games were awesome, like the Rogue series that they had on the Nintendo 64 and GameCube games. And then there was also the Force Unleashed games. They were great. But they don't have... Not every video game series has to borrow from previous games. Call of Duty Ghosts developer Indy Ward has teased a potential Predator crossover as part of its next DLC due out on April 3rd. A brief clip posted on Instagram features a soldier running through some stone ruins in a jungle. We hear a familiar clicking of a predator, and the soldier is suddenly blitzed by a tall, cloaked creature. The video was posted with the caption, "If it bleeds," an obvious reference to one of the original Predator film's most quoted pieces of dialogue. Unless Infinity Ward is ribbing us, all signs seem to point to this being entirely legit. With the last batch of DLC, including a level featuring Halloween Big Bag Michael Myers, perhaps incorporating Hollywood Hunters into Call of Duty DLC will be a regular occurrence going forward. I kind of like the idea of them bringing in Predator for the DLC for Ghosts. Now, originally in another episode, I did bring up the fact that the Halloween Michael Myers map pack that was in the previous DLC seemed more fitting for like Jason Voorhees. But with them adding Predator, I'm wondering who will be the next bad guy monster type thing. I mean, they could try going into an actual Jason Voorhees or maybe Freddy Krueger. But this is going to be nice to more or less do something different with the Call of Duty Ghosts DLC. Creative Assembly's Alien Isolation has a release date, and it's launching in October. Alien Isolation's official Twitter account announced the date, which will be October 7th of this year. The game is planned for release on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, as well as PC. In Alien Isolation, players try to outsmart a single alien AI as the daughter of Ellen Ripley. The alien changes and moves dynamically with the environment and in response to the player's actions. Now, it is always nice when they try to make video games that are canon to the franchises, and this one looks like it's gonna be, with the Alien franchise, that is. And hopefully they'll do a better job than they did with the previous Alien game. But with the fact that the alien's supposed to move and change with the environment in response to the player's action, this could be an awesome, scary type Alien game like the way it should be. Since this is going to be a late edition of the episode, these new releases are going to be a week late because of that. So sorry about this, but alright, as far as the major new releases for last week, Cut the Rope Triple Threat for the 3DS, Madagascar 3 and the Crud's Combo Pack for 3DS and the Standard DS, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls for PC, Bioshock Infinite's Burial at Sea Episode 2 DLC for PC, Cabela's Big Game Hunter Pro Hunts for PC, PS3, Wii U, and 360, Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends for PlayStation 3, and Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition for PlayStation 4 and Vita, Deception 4 Blood Ties for PlayStation 3 and Vita, BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma for PlayStation 3, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition for the Xbox 360 Arcade, The Crud's Prehistoric Party and Rise of the Guardians Combo Pack for the Wii. Yes, you heard that right, for the actual Wii. Fez for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Vita. Putty Squad for the Vita. So that will do for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, I'm sorry that this video got put out later than it should have. I hope that next time I'll be able to start on the next video of Action Video Game Talk on Thursday, so that hopefully it'll be up at least Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get onto that then, because it's gonna be a bit busy with some of the theater group stuff that's going on, and the Captain America movie is gonna be coming out this weekend. But I'll save that stuff for whenever I do the next video blog, which I'll probably have to do pretty soon. But that's for something else. Until next time, I will be having the usual links down below. But until the next time, bye!